I decided to do this very quick video today from my handheld phone instead of my camera and a tripod, just lack of time today, but a very quick video on something that my pastor said that really caught my attention. We were in a meeting and he said a very simple statement, and it's on my Facebook. But by the way, I always tell people that if you want to go to my Facebook, if you're on Facebook and you want to go to my Facebook, and I do most of my posting and stuff on Facebook, all of our meetings. So I tell people that if you're on Facebook and you want to add me, my name, Jose Alvarez, is so common. Very simple. If you would like to add me on Facebook, just put CITVNET. That's a T. Sorry. CITVNET. Because my name, Jose Alvarez, is very common, especially in Miami. And if you punch up Jose Alvarez, you're going to find probably about 50 or 100 Jose Alvarez. So I made it easy for you guys. And you'll see my name pop up by just saying CITVNET. And really, I do stuff on YouTube, but I do a lot more stuff on Facebook, because when you travel as much as my wife and I do, the best way, without a doubt, to get connected to the world at large is through Facebook. So my pastor said this that was very important to me, because it really puts it here. It's on my Facebook, and it says here, let me see, I'm liking some stuff here. Simple statement. He put, real ministry is always building, not just eventing. Real ministry is always building, not just eventing. What does he mean by eventing? He means real ministry in the eyes of the Lord is about building people, discipling people, and not just having an event. Many times we'll have a big speaker come to town and do a revival meeting, and happen in Miami a lot of times. You get very big speakers came did a one-time event and then left. And a lot of work, a lot of money had been put into it, and really the fruit was not all that great. Now, I have nothing against big events. I believe in events. I believe that God uses events to touch people. I believe in one event, people can get impacted. When we're traveling throughout the nation and doing our meetings, we can't stay there for a long time, so we end up doing an event. It's a Holy Spirit meeting, is an event. So I'm nothing against events, but real ministry does not stop. We cannot stop ministry by just saying, oh, I'm going to have an event. I'm going to have a special speaker come to my church. I'm going to have, you can have a Passover event. You can have a Yom Kippur event. You can have an event at your church that you have annually. Great. But if the highlights of your ministry is just creating events, you're not going to cut it. Because real ministry in the eyes of God is not just always having an event, but it's always building. You're always building. You're always discipling people. You're always raising up people. And I told people that I would rather have an event. Matter of fact, I don't like events for my wife and I. Now, we will do them, and they are great, and God moves. But let me tell you what my theory is. I don't like events, meetings for over 20 or 25 people, because when I was growing up, again, I don't know if I'm a prophet or not, but again, prophets would come into town, speakers would come into town, and they would prophesy for 2 hours, and they would leave, which is right. Nothing wrong with that. But my wife and I, we would come to these prophetical events wanting to get a word, and we would never get them. and we would leave disappointed. And I've seen people that come, drive from a long time to get a word from God, and because the special speaker has allotted, or the church has allotted an hour and a half, many people do not get a word, and you can see the look of disappointment and emptiness in their faces when they don't get a word. So my wife and I, if the pastor, because we abide and respect the rules of the house, if the pastor has a time limit of an hour and a half, which is totally fine, and that's the rules that govern certain churches. They're thinking about young kids that have to go home. They're thinking if they're renting a particular space, they only have it rented for a few hours. I understand that, but if the pastor gives us more than the hour and a half, our heart is to prophesy to every single person, is to minister to every single person. We had a meeting in Chinatown in Queens, New York, because the Chinese people there work very hard, and they started their meeting at 10 o'clock at night. And we stayed there until 3 a.m. in the morning and ministered to 45 people one by one, because our heart is that everybody gets ministry. So therefore, I personally don't like events for my wife and I more than 20, 25 people, because I believe that when you're really going to minister to every single person a specific thing from the Lord, once you get above 20, 25 people, it's very hard to really do that. So I personally don't like big events. I would rather have a small event where I can build a person up, where I have a chance to build a person. So again, what my pastor said is so important. Real ministry is not always just about eventing, but it's always about building. If you must have an event, like an annual event, fine. But be sure that the rest of the year you are building on that event. You're building up people, you're raising up people, you're making mentors, you're making disciples. My church does a very good thing right now in which they have a meeting with the leaders I guess it's twice a month. And there they have a whiteboard, and obviously this is a confidential meeting, but they have a whiteboard in which they'll put people that are going through problems, people that are going through difficult times, they'll list them down, and every leader will kind of share. Every leader might know a few different people. That one leader might know so and so and so, another leader might know so and so and so. So they'll share about those people that are having problems twice a month in a confidential meeting, so that the leadership has a knowledge of what people are going through and can minister to them, can build them up. So once again, to finish up on this Friday, October 11th, real ministry is always about building people, not just eventing. Okay? And remember, I would love to see you on Facebook. Just add me like this. My name is Jose Alvarez, but just add me like this. And I think that you'll be blessed by what we post. God bless you. Have a great and amazing Friday.